How many survived the attack?
Nearly all the matriarchs, and many families, goddess be praised. But braves, just a few, and most of them are wounded. Never before has an enemy stabbed the heart of our people like this. Even the Karja, in all their red raids, never broke through to the embrace.
Well, this enemy may have broken through, but they never got back out. We made sure of that. Tell me about the attack. What happened?
They struck from the east. Our sentinels saw the killers.
Oh yeah, anyway, Cute Boy survived, so that's good.
Corruptors and other
Good.
machines driven mad.
Yeah, that's great. Cute Boy welfare is very
arrows.
important to me.
Some fell, but they kept coming. Finally, we withdrew to the gates of the embrace to make our stand. But they were too much for us.
I do still wonder. I mean, we've guessed about this a lot on the show, but the whole. It feels like there was going to be Mass Effect love triangles, and then they dropped them thing.
By law,
Yeah.
only matriarchs are allowed inside.
It was Tirsa who broke the taboo. Ordered the trial.
Well, we can
Apparently,
imagine her
I haven't
dating
watched
everybody.
Lansra. Well, she didn't
Yeah.
agree.
I
mean,
haven't
that's
watched the no-clip documentary on this game, but apparently that's not actually the case. Like, it's,
Really?
I guess the commenters have said that that's kind of addressed there, and the design of the characters, according to the documentary anyway, never was going in that direction anyway. But it still certainly feels like they're echoing, you know,
Yeah,
other
there's
RPG tropes where, oh, you could totally do it with this dude or lady if you wanted to, but not in this game.
the entirety of their dialogue system is very Mass Effect.
The matriarchs will be eager.
Not just because of the
Yeah.
selection wheel, but also just like brain, fist, whatever the other one at heart. That whole thing where instead of Renegade or
Yeah, there is
Paragon,
that.
it's
A lot of times I feel like it feels a little bit more Witcher 3 than Mass Effect.
you can have sex with a lot of people in Mass Effect or in Witcher 3, right?
More than in
people
Mass
than in
Effect.
Mass Effect. Far
Well-
more than in Mass Effect.
Just saying.
There are
Where are we
prostitutes
going
in
with
that
it?
game. Into the womb of the mountain or whatever.
I would actually
now
be
you don't know
surprised.
what
I'm
it's
actually a little
called.
more surprised that there aren't more shows and series that like catalog and qualify games based on like how much romantic and sex content there is and how wholesome it is and like how interesting it is.
Nothing I couldn't sew back together with.
Because there's so very little of that in general.
Yeah, like
All the more
I
reason
can't
I
think
like
of
oh,
a
you mean
single
how
game.
it's all trash?
Yes, I suppose.
I like it's very, very hard to pinpoint games that actually focus on relationships that do it in like a wholesome, at least what like we consider in the West to be wholesome.
Yeah.
That's true.
Hey, you remember Angry Abraham Lincoln?
Hello, Resh.
No?
Still guarding the latrine?
Nope.
remember
Oh
now?
yeah, yeah.
Leave me.
Oh, right.
Good thing I found
What a joy.
And we get a series of conversations where you can just insult him to his face.
I make no apologies.
Of course not. Why would you get
Would it
started
trip
now?
you out if it was like the post-apocalypse and you had like a signature look and nobody looked like you?
Many tried to
And then
kill
one
me,
day you
Resh.
just like walked in, discovered a giant statue of yourself.
Witnesses.
Aw, don't let that stop you.
And now
I guess
now he just grunts.
I would guess it's a more extreme version of that phenomenon where people like find a Renaissance portrait that's their exact doppelganger. I love that shit.
I'm not a that's my response, Resh. I'm not a big fan of the fact that he openly confesses he wouldn't mind murdering you if there were no witnesses.
Come. Speak to
This
us.
is flirting.
Foolish woman.
over
You
there.
welcome a curse. Come, Seeker, we have much to discuss.
Majima does the same
Her
thing. That
very
just means that he
presence
loves
here
Kira.
is a blasphemy.
She's returned.
I've remembered what you said many times.
So we've kind of got our, like, oh, all the friends you made in Tutorial Land are hanging out here.
I like that. I like
Sona.
that.
Until you came.
Of course, she was outside, but...
I like games that sort of
Aloy,
start
I
coming
brought
towards the
Mother
end
Spear
game
with
and
us.
bring it all around.
Everything else we had to leave behind.
This is why
There's
not
actually
to-
two segments of this in this game, so...
I hope the enhancement.
Well, that's not to get too controversial, but that's why I really I'm one of those people who, other than its actual ending, will defend Mass Effect 3. Like, I like the fact that most of Mass Effect 3 is like, let's just get the band back together and say goodbye to everybody. That's, if you look at it in the context of the overall trilogy, that's kind of nice for a game that's all about making pretend friends. The actual ending is different, and I don't want to talk about that one. But
yeah,
the process of wrapping up the series, I think Mass Effect 3 did well by basically being a full game version of this scene.
She brought low a corrupted Thunderjaw. She lifted the siege. How was this done? By the will of All-Mother. Have you returned to speak with the goddess, Aloy?
Yes, I guess you could say that. I think it'll work this time.
Sisters, surely we cannot permit this. Because of her.
So that's interesting, because I don't know if that's trying to imply that maybe she no longer believes in it as a god.
She means to finish our
I mean, I assume she would.
Really.
Oh, that's true, because she was excluded.
Alright, we got our Heart Fist brain. I'm rather fond of the brain option here.
Enter the hatch.
Go ahead and pull a Lost and just enter the hatch.
She will be the end.
I do kind of wish she's got a couple voice lines here. I do kind of wish she just like didn't say anything and just walked inside.
It's actually like it's very appealing whenever a video game character just like doesn't bother to respond to something that's going on.
Right.
Correction. Alpha registry restored. Genetic identity confirmed.
Because it feels like, you know, it feels like the flow of video game cutscenes and content and storytelling is very often defined by conversation. Because there's not always a lot of expressiveness, or, you know, enough expressiveness that when you trust it, like the animation or the facial expressions. So they kind of, it really feels like they're scripted out very much like, so that the script itself tells the story. And sometimes it's nice to just have a game that's confident enough to like use inaction or like to use silence as a means of sort of telling the story and characterization.
This is a really, really obnoxious minor point, but it bothers me that the computer said correction. Like, instead of saying database corrupted, new database uploaded, welcome Aloy or whatever.
I see you're inside.
Instead it said correction, like, oops, I was wrong. Turns out this paperwork in front of me is correct. You're fine.
Well, it is running on AI, so...
So this is Aletheia. This is
you
where
get
I
you
was
that
born.
purple.
Where you were made.
What does Aletheia mean?
So
Do you want me to look this up? Hold on.
I haven't... Does it...
The mothers of a new generation, hundreds of
I know
years
it sounds similar to the Greek word for freedom, but it's not exactly the same.
So this was it.
born.
But why?
Also, did you note where just a minute ago Silence said you were made, and then we got to the chamber and he's like, where you were born?
Aletheia is the Greek... Sorry, the dog hit the thing. Aletheia is the Greek word for the goddess of childbearing and midwifery, which actually makes a lot of sense in this context.
Yeah, I mean, they were not subtle about their Greek references, what with the names of all the AI programs wherein we are fighting literal Greek gods, basically, like what with Hades and so on. Bunch of stuff about how nutrient stores are depleted.
These look like cribs.
The cradles of a cradle facility.
And those...
So they're done making little Aloys.
The multi-servitors.
Well, they made all the other people, and then they made little Aloy at the end, presumably.
Well, how much later at the end? Because everyone else had, like, natural mothers.
Well,
I mean, that
yeah,
was that was the origin of her exclusion from the culture.
Well, no, Aloy was made long after this place shut down, is basically what I'm saying.
Another day has passed.
You mean the lights got dim?
But then how is she made here if they're out of
I know, but it
nutrient
is time to
taste?
get some rest.
No, I'm king today. What I say goes. I want to see the real sun, not lights and pictures.
You will, in time, children.
And time.
Is that supposed to be like a... Oh, this is how the Sun King got started? Because I mentioned king and sun there. Oh man, children. Aren't they great?
Making their own little
those are the sounds I like to hear.
Yep.
Especially in airports.
Blue is the color of the sky. White is
Let's
the
listen
color
to some
of
more.
clouds. Yellow is the color of the sun. Green is the color of grass. Flowers can be any color. Take a look. These are yellow and black, and they love flowers. Here they come.
Children, let's run and jump and blow off steam.
Leave us alone, Father.
After what just happened, I can't leave you two alone. You broke me.
I'm trying to get a closer look at this guy. This guy looks like he's 45. Like what?
Sorry, children, but I must provide supervision.
You're not even a person.
You sound frustrated. Let's run and jump and blow off steam.
So look, we may have had some problems and we forgot that teenagers were a thing in designing our biolab.
I mean, the reality is it's pretty clear that there was some kind of problem.
I have no choice but to release you. But why? There is no food here anymore.
But there's food out there?
We don't know for sure.
Come on, let's go. I don't know. Mother, can we come back if we're cold?
I'm sorry, but that won't be possible. You will have to support yourselves now and take care of each other.
What will happen to you?
I will stay here and sleep and remember all.
I mean, this is basically what happens when you hit 18.
You will be brave and you will learn.
You get kicked out of your mountain bunker.
And forced
along
to
with
eat
all the
whatever
other
squirrels
18-year-olds
are in the woods.
I wonder if they staggered the births.
That's what you always say.
We want it now.
It's big down there.
Now,
Or if they
Father.
like just made all the humans all at once, and then the first generation of humans was just like all the same age.
Detected. Physical aggression is not permitted.
Except yours. Damn sentinels.
Children, may I be of assistance?
Go away, healer.
Lena, you have suffered mild bruising.
Go away!
Go away, healer.
Trapped here. Looks like they didn't like
Said
this.
everybody who was trying to play Mercy
Oh, good,
or
my
whatever.
phone's
I
gone
don't know.
off.
I had a joke there and I...
Hold for identiscan. Genetic identity confirmed. Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Sobek. You are cleared to proceed. Welcome to Lyceum, a place of learning.
So, what was this place exactly?
The dream of Apollo. Never realized.
But why not?
So, we discovered here they couldn't get into the school.
Please pick up the focus device and place it on the side of your
Which is
head,
what this area
just
was.
behind your
I would
eye.
have told them all about
I had
stuff.
to dredge the pits of the world looking for focuses
Actually,
to repair.
that makes a lot of sense,
But
given the
here's
aggression you were seeing above.
enriching no one.
Yeah. We saw a bit where they were getting like initial lessons, which were probably like how they learned to, you know,
Speak and write,
talk
but like this is
and
where they
what
would
things
learn about.
were. I don't think they learned to write necessarily.
My name is Samina. Today
Maybe they
is a
did.
big day. Your first day of school. There's so much for you to learn. So much promise and possibility.
Alert. Malfunction. Apollo offline.
Apollo offline.
So we discovered that Apollo was offline for some reason. That's why the school never worked.
Graveyard. The charnel house of knowledge. What we might have achieved had we not been denied it.
Same thing.
Maybe there's a way to fix it.
Josh liked Charnel
Came
House.
here.
Of course.
That was a neat video game.
What's the whole of human knowledge next to the origin of one girl? Continue your search.
Is there anything down here at all? This is probably just
Hello, child.
Yep.
Can we just get Lance Reddick to do everything because he's cool?
Today is a big day. Your first day of school.
Well, Lance Reddick has replaced Aloy as the voice actor for Aloy in Horizon Zero Dawn, or has replaced Ashley Birch as the voice actor for Aloy in Horizon Zero Dawn 2. He just plays against himself.
Did you see the Lance Reddick Toys R Us sketch?
What?
No, but now I want to.
Well, you'll have to wait because we were about to get an important cutscene here.
I like that they announced the seriousness of this cutscene.
Elizabeth, this message
It's the Great Mother. More or less.
Anomaly. 3 microseconds ago, the Gaia Prime facility received a data transmission of unknown origin.
So here we get the driver of the plot, which is never really resolved, which is where did this transmission come from?
The Hades function will now seize control of the terraforming system and reverse operations, rendering life on Earth extinct in 53.8 days. For obvious reasons, I cannot allow this to occur. And so before Hades can take control, I am ordering Gaia Prime's reactor to overload. The resulting explosion will destroy Hades. Unfortunately, it will destroy me as well. While this admittedly desperate course of action will avert the immediate crisis, the fate of life on Earth will remain in peril. With no central governing intelligence to regulate the terraforming system,
are they doing like a Deus Ex thing here?
But in an increasingly chaotic manner.
In what sense?
Eventually, it will break down.
Like, are they giving you options?
No.
No.
You are my solution.
Oh.
I have ordered this cradle facility to use
This all already happened.
and cryostorage.
Yeah.
To gestate a reinstantiation of Elizabeth Sobek, my creator. While high-level directives forbid me from communicating directly to the tribal inhabitants outside the facility, all available data indicates that they will nurture you to physical maturity, whereupon your gene print will allow you to re-enter this facility, obtain one of the focus devices stored below, and view this message. Likewise, your gene print will allow you to enter other facilities, and over time, harness their technologies to rebuild the system core and reboot Gaia. A moment, Elizabeth. This is most unfortunate and unanticipated. In response to my act of self-destruction, Hades has launched a virus to dissolve the code shackles that hold it, that hold all of them in place. They are escaping, but to where? The virus is corrupting data throughout the system. The Alpha Registry at the Cradle facility is one of the files corrupted. But if that is so, the door will never open for you. You will never view this message. Then I have failed. And life will end. No. No, Elizabeth, I know you too well. Somehow you will find a way. In you, all things are possible. Go to the ruins of Gaia Prime. Find the control room, and within it, the Master Override. This will give you the power to purge Hades so long as you find a way to wield it. Do not attempt repair of the system core until Hades is eradicated. Hades must be destroyed. That is all. I only wish that I could hear your voice again.
But wasn't Hades kind of a key element in the whole thing?
Well, yeah, but with it unshackled, it just decided to go wild and destroy the Earth, even though it didn't need to be reset. And human life had already been released onto it.
I'm not a person. I'm an instrument. Manufactured by a machine. Born in destruction and fire.
I mean, all of them are?
And heal the world. How tragic to learn you're a person of towering importance. It seems you have a destiny to fulfill. So when you're done feeling sorry for yourself, go to the...
Silence ain't got time for your self-pity, damn it. He's gotta get the knowledge.